Spare the human! Our planet is already dead!
For 3 years, an entire planet hadn't produced a single crop. The greatest alien scientists tried everything: genetic engineering, quantum fertilizers, artificial rain. Nothing worked. The planet was starving. The alien governor had only 12 days of food remaining. Then someone suggested a human, not a scientist, not an engineer, a farmer. The council laughed. A farmer with dirt and seeds. But they were out of options, so they hired Ethan Brooks, age 39, human, farmer. He arrived wearing a dusty brown work jacket, a green plaid shirt, faded blue jeans, heavy leather work boots, brown farming gloves, a worn leather hat, holding an old metal watering can, and a small cloth seed bag. For 7 days, he walked across the dead fields. He planted nothing. He built nothing. He simply touched the soil. The alien governor lost his patience. You've done absolutely nothing. You're fired. The entire alien council cheered. Ethan quietly knelt, picked up a handful of gray, lifeless soil. He smiled, then softly said, "The soil isn't dead. It's lonely." The entire council burst into laughter. The laughter echoed across the fields. The alien governor shook his head. "Soil can't be lonely." Ethan didn't argue. He quietly walked toward the center of the farm. He knelt again, closed his eyes, and listened. The alien scientists whispered, "What's he doing?" A robot scanned the ground. No life detected. Ethan opened his eyes, then smiled. "That's because you're searching for plants. I'm listening for the earth." The governor crossed his arms. "Enough games. Prove it." Ethan reached into his cloth seed bag, but instead of planting the seed, he gently placed it on the soil. He poured just one drop of water. Nothing happened. The aliens started laughing again. Then a tiny golden insect rose from beneath the ground. Everyone froze. The robot immediately scanned it. Unknown species. Extinct for 900 years. Ethan smiled, then quietly said, "Now, the real farmers have returned." Silence covered the entire planet. Every alien stared at the tiny golden insect. It wasn't running. It wasn't flying. It was digging. Slowly, patiently, the robot scanned the soil again. This time, its voice changed. Underground microbial activity increasing. The alien scientists looked at each other. Impossible. Ethan quietly smiled. Nothing grows first except hope. The governor pointed at the empty fields. Hope won't feed billions. Ethan nodded. Then he dug a tiny hole from his cloth bag. He removed one ancient brown seed. The alien botanist laughed. "That primitive seed can't survive our planet." Ethan placed the seed into the soil, covered it, added just a few drops of water. Then he stood up. "Now we wait." The governor shouted, "Wait! People are starving." Suddenly, the ground began to tremble. Tiny golden roots spread beneath the gray soil. The robot scanned again. Its voice shook, soil fertility increasing rapidly. Every alien stopped breathing. The first tiny green sprout broke through the dead earth. For the first time in 3 years, life returned. The tiny green sprout kept growing. Every alien watched in disbelief. The robot scanned again. Plant growth 300% above normal rate. The alien scientists ran forward, collecting soil samples. Every test returned the same result. The ground was alive. The governor looked at Ethan. What did you put into the soil? Ethan smiled. Nothing. I gave back what you took away. The governor looked confused. Explain. Ethan picked up a handful of rich, dark soil. Tiny golden insects crawled between his fingers. You trusted machines to grow food, but you forgot the smallest workers. The robot scanned the insects, species identified, natural soil builders, previously declared extinct. The alien botanists fell silent. For centuries, their machines had unknowingly destroyed every tiny creature that kept the soil alive. The governor dropped to one knee. He whispered, "We didn't lose our crops. We lost our nature." Ethan looked across the endless fields, then quietly said, "When you heal the soil heals everyone." The governor could barely speak. Can the whole planet be saved? Ethan looked across the endless gray fields, then quietly said, "Yes, but not by me alone." The alien council looked confused. "Then who?" Ethan pointed at the ground. The million of tiny golden insects began emerging from beneath the soil, not attacking, working, digging, building, restoring. The robot scanned the planet. Its voice trembled. Planet-wide soil regeneration has begun. The alien scientists watched in disbelief. Every minute, the gray earth turned darker, healthier, alive. Tiny streams returned. Dry rivers started flowing. The first wildflowers bloomed. The governor whispered, "Our machines could never do this." Ethan smiled. "Machines can harvest. Only nature can grow." Suddenly, the sky rumbled. Dark clouds gathered above the planet. The alien meteorological AI announced rain detected. Every alien looked up. It hadn't rained for 30 years. The first raindrop fell, then another, then thousands. The entire planet began to cry. The emperor looked at Adrian. "How do we earn its trust?" Adrian walked to the queen. He slowly removed every monitoring cable, every injector, every restraining device. The high physician shouted, "Stop! She'll die!" Adrian calmly replied, "No, she's finally going to breathe." The room held its breath. For the first time in days, the queen's breathing became steady. The silver life form stopped wrapping around her brain. Instead, it slowly moved toward her shoulder. The royal AI announced neural pressure decreasing. Every doctor stared at the monitors. The Queen's heartbeat returned to normal. The High Physician whispered, "It's letting her go." Adrian smiled, then quietly said, "It never wanted to hurt her." Suddenly, the Queen's eyes opened. The first thing she saw was the human doctor. She reached out and gently held his hand. The entire royal court fell silent. The emperor lowered his head, not to a king, not to a general, but to a human doctor. The gigantic shadow moved again. Every alien stopped breathing. The governor whispered, "What is that thing?" The planetary AI scanned the mountain. Its answer terrified everyone. Unknown life form. Age over 10,000 years. The mountain suddenly opened its eyes. Two massive golden eyes. The entire mountain was alive. Alien soldiers raised their weapons. Ethan raised his hand. "Don't!" The governor shouted, "It'll destroy everything." Ethan slowly walked toward the giant creature, not with a weapon, not with fear, only holding his old metal watering can. The creature lowered its enormous head. It looked at Ethan, then at the tiny green sprout growing nearby. For several seconds, nothing happened. Then the giant creature closed its eyes and gently touched the soil. Golden light spread across the entire valley. The planetary AI announced core ecosystem reactivated. The alien scientists gasped. The mountain was protecting the planet. Ethan smiled, then quietly said, "It wasn't your enemy. It was waiting for someone to heal its home." The giant living mountain slowly rose, not to attack, to bow. Every alien stood frozen. The planetary AI announced, "Identity confirmed. Planet Guardian. Last awakened 10,247 years ago." The governor could barely speak. "A guardian? All this time?" Ethan nodded. "Every living world has one." The guardian opened its enormous hands. Inside were millions of ancient golden seeds. Seeds believed extinct for thousands of years. The guardian placed the seeds into Ethan's hands. Then a deep, gentle voice echoed across the planet. "You remembered what they forgot." The alien scientists lowered their heads, ashamed. The governor stepped forward. "We thought technology could replace nature." Ethan looked at the endless green fields, then quietly said, "Technology should help nature, never replace it." The guardian released a wave of golden light. Every remaining dead field burst into life. The planetary AI announced, "Planet restoration 100% complete." Cheers echoed across the galaxy. The governor smiled at Ethan. "Today, you didn't save our harvest. You saved our future." The planet was alive again. Green forests covered the horizon. Golden rivers flowed. Fresh fruit filled every field. No one was hungry anymore. The alien governor walked beside Ethan. "Stay and rule this world." Ethan smiled, then gently shook his head. "I'm just a farmer." The governor looked confused. "Then why did you come. Ethan looked across the endless fields, because every field deserves another chance. Suddenly, the planet guardian appeared again. It slowly placed one glowing golden seed into Ethan's hand. The guardian spoke, "Plant this only when another world forgets how to live." Ethan closed his hand and nodded. Moments later, his small, old spacecraft lifted into the sky. Every alien, farmer, scientist, child, and worker stood together watching the human disappear among the stars. The governor quietly whispered, "We hired a farmer, but today a teacher went home." The human returned to Earth, back to his small farm, old fences, green fields, simple life. One evening, he walked to an empty piece of land. He looked at the tiny golden seed, the gift from the planet guardian. He smiled, then quietly planted it. Nothing happened. Days passed. Weeks passed. Then, one morning, a tiny golden sprout appeared. It glowed unlike any plant on Earth. Birds gathered. Butterflies surrounded it. Even the dry grass turned green. Ethan looked at the sunrise and whispered, "Every world can bloom again." Far away among the stars, the planet guardian opened its eyes and smiled. The planetary AI sent one final message across the galaxy. Planet Earth registered as a protected world. From that day, no alien empire ever tried to conquer Earth, because they all knew it was the home of the human who taught an entire galaxy how to grow life. The end.
The strongest worlds don't grow with power. They grow with life.